Picture this. A simple, unassuming vegetable that you've probably enjoyed in fries, mashed, or baked form holds a secret millions of years in the making. The potato, as ordinary as it may seem on your dinner plate, has one of the most fascinating evolutionary backstories in the plant kingdom. But what if I told you its very existence is the result of an ancient botanical love affair? Yes. The humble potato owes its life to a chance encounter between two wildly different plants, and this is where things get intriguing. To understand the potato's origin story, we need to go back about 9 million years. That's when two distinct groups of plants, tomatoes and a lesser-known trio of species called Ediberosum, crossed paths in a way that defied expectations. This unlikely union gave rise to the potato lineage, a plant group that would eventually conquer vast, high-altitude regions of the Andes Mountains. It's like evolution hit the jackpot, says Sandy Knapp, a botanist at London's Natural History Museum, who has spent years unraveling this genetic puzzle. Now, here's the twist. For decades, scientists struggled to determine which of these two groups, tomatoes or Ediberosum, was the potato's closest relative. Some genes suggested a stronger connection to tomatoes, while others pointed toward Ediberosum. The confusion made it nearly impossible to draw a clear family tree for potatoes and their relatives. When something doesn't fit neatly into place, that's where the real excitement begins, Knapp explains. And she's right, because hidden within this mystery lies the key to understanding how new species emerge. In a groundbreaking study published in the journal Cell, Knapp and her team revealed the reason behind the genetic ambiguity. They discovered that the potato's ancestors were the product of an ancient hybridization event between the predecessors of tomatoes and Ediberosum. This interbreeding created a unique combination of traits, including the ability to grow underground tubers, something neither parent species could do. This is how entirely new lineages are born, says Yiyuan Ding, a bioinformatics PhD student and one of the study's lead authors. It's a rare and beautiful example of nature's creativity. But why does this matter? Well, imagine a world without potatoes. Hard to picture, isn't it? These starchy staples had become a cornerstone of global agriculture, feeding billions and adapting to diverse climates. Yet their success story began with a stroke of luck. Around 9 million years ago, as the Andes were rising, the newly formed potato lineage found itself perfectly suited to thrive in cold, dry mountain environments. Tomatoes, which prefer warmth, and Ediberosum, which thrives in wet conditions, couldn't compete. But the potato? It combined the best traits of both parents and took off, rapidly diversifying into the many wild and domesticated varieties we know today. For those wondering how tubers came into play, here's the scoop. Tubers are essentially energy storage units that allow plants to survive unfavorable seasons. While neither tomatoes nor Ediberosum produce tubers, the genes responsible for this trait were inherited from both parents during the hybridization process. When researchers experimented by removing certain genes from either parent in modern potatoes, the plants struggled to form tubers. It's a perfect example of how complex traits evolve through collaboration, says Zhiyang Zhang, another lead researcher on the project. And once the environment improved, these plants were ready to expand quickly. Fast forward to around 7,000 years ago, when early humans near Lake Titicaca in South America began domesticating a single potato species. This marked the beginning of a culinary revolution. Today, the countless varieties of potatoes we enjoy are descendants of that initial domestication effort. It's incredible to think that something so accidental became such a gift to humanity. Zhang reflects. But the story doesn't end there. Beyond satisfying our cravings for fries and hash browns, this research could reshape the future of potato farming. Currently, potatoes are propagated using small chunks of tubers rather than seeds. While effective, This method creates genetically identical crops, leaving them vulnerable to diseases and environmental changes. However, insights from this study could change that. By leveraging genes from tomatoes or a tuberosum, scientists might engineer potatoes capable of producing reliable seeds. These seeds could then be used to breed varieties resistant to pests, climate shifts, and other threats. The tomato could hold the key to the potato's future, Zhang suggests. Not everyone agrees on the implications, though. Some argue that tinkering with nature's blueprint raises ethical questions. Should we prioritize innovation over tradition in agriculture? And what unforeseen consequences might arise from genetic modifications? These are debates worth having, especially as we face mounting challenges in food security. Iris Peralta, an agronomist not involved in the study, praises the use of modern genomic tools to solve this age-old mystery. She believes similar hybridization events have likely shaped other plant lineages too. It's a pattern we see repeated throughout evolution, she says. Hybridization generates variability, which drives adaptation and diversification. So next time you bite into a crispy fry or savor a creamy mashed potato, take a moment to appreciate the intricate history behind it. From its accidental birth 9 million years ago to its potential role in shaping sustainable agriculture, the potato continues to surprise us. But here's the question. Do you think science should push further to unlock the potato's untapped potential? Or should we tread carefully, respecting the natural processes that brought us this extraordinary vegetable? Share your thoughts in the comments below.